So, yesterday was obviously Olympia weekend, right? And I did some posts, some predictions as well. And by God, I totally forget the hate and the heat you can get from these bodybuilding posts because of the fanboys. I was insulted, senseless by some fanboys when I mentioned as an example that C-Bomb most likely is going to retire. You cannot even imagine the litany of messages of hate, of insults. I just mentioned, I predict that he's gonna retire. And sure enough, a few hours later, he retired. I'm here next to magazines for a reason, right? Because there is no more bodybuilding magazine around. The only one left is this one here, which is not bodybuilding. So allow me to expand on that. As a matter of fact, I sent a message to one of these guys who wrote a comment which was mostly voted by a lot of you guys. It was voted by 70 people. And he was somehow disrespectful. How dare you say him that C-Bomb is going to retire? I sent him a DM later. And he deleted that comment. I don't know, he was maybe ashamed. Like, why did you delete your comment? He said, you saw that I deleted my comment? I said, yes. And probably he's some sort of a coach or a trainer. What these youngsters do not comprehend, and maybe they're jealous or they fail to understand, us old guys, like 50-year-old like myself, we grow up with magazines. There's something you cannot acquire. Sorry, not sorry. We have an extra that you guys cannot have. No pun intended. You see, the results of Miss Olympia back in my days, in the early 90s and late 80s, you have to wait, literally, wait weeks to even know what are the results. There is no way, there is no internet. We cannot know who won. Is it Lee Haney? Is it Dorian Yates? You don't know what is the placement. So you await for that result, right, with a great passion. And then you receive the magazines, which are very scarce and precious, like the November and the December, basically Flex magazine or Muscle and Fitness, Muscle Mag and what have you, Iron Men, and you keep them preciously. When you lend them to your friend, you tell him, bro, don't forget to give me back my freaking magazine, and you keep it, not for weeks, not for months, for years, bro. And that is something non-existent nowadays. As I showed you, there is no more magazines. You have a plethora, a litany, a slew of social media posts. But they're futile and quite vapid. You look at them once and then you forget about them. So the attention to the detail that we guys had back in the day, I'm sorry, is second to none. So the old timers, and there are plenty of us right now, right? The old guys, well, above 45, know what I'm talking about. I'm sorry, guys, but we just have this small extra. We're not prophets. We have the eye for some things. And when I was heralding Samson before he won, and it is on record, I was saying this guy is going for top spot. It's not a prophecy. It's just a know-how that you guys have, and that's it. And so we see the fine details, the potential of these guys, the physicality, because we grew up with that. You know, it's like somebody grew up with some sort of a passion. He becomes knowledgeable. He has the craftsmanship of that craft, in a sense. As simple as that. But then again, good Lord, I forgot about the hate, and the hate you get. Some guys will say, I was unsubscribed from you. You know, okay, go ahead. Freaking unsubscribe, big deal. Just because I pointed out the flaws that are more apparent, right, in C-Bomb. He was definitely not in his top shape. And thankfully, thank God, he knows that, and he hanged them out. He basically said bye when he is at his height. That's the best way to hang them and not crumble like some other guys who wants to push the dream too much. And by the same token, believe you me, I'm not a hater when I say that Derek is not coming back. That's it. It's just impossible, right? His height was most likely last year. the flaws are more apparent this year. His legs are non-existent, right? The arms were never eventful. He was some sort of a one-trick pony. I mean, he did a successful breach. It's not a run. When he basically went up from 212 to the Open, and the field was not, the competition was not that steep, so it allowed him to have that breach in a sense. It was short. And overall, the level nowadays, it is not that steep compared to merely a decade ago, believe you me. I mean, if Phil Heath and Kai Green come back in their heydays, and Big Ramy when he was on, and the rest of the field, Dexter Jackson, they would smoke these guys. And so some say, welcome back to the Giants, who are dwarfing these midgets, right? Because Samson literally dwarfed Derek, especially Derek. He was senseless, bro. But also Hadi. Is it that case? No. Because Martin, the Martian, is coming. Martin is not a tall guy. But what he's bringing to the table, bro, is good genetics. He's fuller, much bigger, and much bigger potential than Hadi and Derek. He has arms. He has wheels, bro. Mass. And they're not even fine-tuned yet. There's much more room to grow and have some more details. Muscle maturity. Bro, it is his debut. So do not ding these short guys. They can pack up muscle and box with the rest. I think he is the future. Samson can have a proper run. He can be a legacy Mr. Olympia, but he's 39, right? That being said, I do not bestow a salute upon Mr. Olympia organization, right? The IFBB is not doing its job, especially the Mr. Olympia basically show. They messed up the music track of Andrew Jacked. That's very detrimental, right? It's on them 100%. How dare you doing that? So it can affect his placing. And for Lord's sake, you come up with a P. Diddy song in the finale when you announce that Samson won. You put a track of P. Diddy. For Lord, are you kidding me now? The guy is in prison now, awaiting maybe most likely the biggest scandalous trial ever. It shows that they don't know what they're doing, these guys. And that's that. Yeah, I mean, it's not in there. You cannot compare this epoch with the Joe Weider and Ben Weider era. It was the golden era for real. And talking about equity, I did not see the pay of these guys. I call them guys, not athletes, for obvious reasons, no pun intended. But dude, I mean, the pay of the classic physique should definitely at least on par with their peers in the open bodybuilding, because they're bringing the biggest show and it's exciting. The level is higher, is more leveled, there is more passion there. You see, like Dino slipped, right? Vicers won the Arnold, I think, and now he was not even in the top 3. So there's more passion there. See what I mean? I think the level is more exciting in classic physique. Who knows, maybe they will merge one day, because classic physique will be so prominent. They will make it bodybuilding and call it a day. And the regular bodybuilding will have some capped weight and height, which will make more sense, right? In my opinion. But then again, man, it brought back some memories, because I'm not vlogging about bodybuilding for all intents and purposes for the last 7 years or so. Maybe more, right? But I reminisce, I remember. Back in the day, some haters were creating pages, literally like a plethora of pages, hating on me, like false accounts of Louis Marco, just to bash me and hate me and insult me and create some memes about me. Why? Because I was not I was being honest when I was describing their idol. So you cannot criticize the guy. Good Lord, if I said something bad about Hadi Chupin, thankfully I did not say nothing, because he was good enough. But if you dare say something bad about Hadi Chupin, good luck. His fanboys are legions. I mean, Persians are very passionate about their nation. You cannot dare say something bad about Hadi Chupin. It's risky, bro. And well, finally, I'm keen to see what Hani Rambod has in his pocket now. Because Hani right now, he has no star athlete. I mean, C-Bomb retired. As I said, Hani is an old guy, by the way. I think he's older than me. he knows better than everybody. He's the best guru in history, in my reckoning, best coach, trainer as well. He knows, hopefully, that Derek is not coming back, right? And Hadi is also getting old. He's very old. So he needs new stallions to represent his camp. I mean, he trained everybody, this guy. He trained, obviously, Philippe, Jay Cutler, and some others, right? He's one of the very first one to learn the craft. I think he learned it from Chad Nichols, right? Some say. Chad was the very first one. So I'm keen to see who will be his next stallion or stallion. Guys, seriously, when you come up to a library like this one here, really quick, when you enter, on the entrance you will see proposed books like so here, proposed by the staff. This is like the section of Netflix when they force feed you things they want you to read, and it's all about wokeness and unknown writers that they want to put in front. And they're all quite, to be honest, quite liberal, quite woke, and they have agendas. They put them in your face as soon as you enter. And they're not the best sellers. They're just proposed by the staff and they're just not saluted, all of them, all the time. What's up, people? Salute from the northeast, where the weather is absolutely saluted. Fall is finally here. Have a little breeze, a little wind, quite chill, but absolutely proper. Look at the colors. All right, soon enough, to this will be added some peculiar sounds and chants in the night, in the deep of the night, in these woods right here, right? Witches of all kinds and druids will flock in their legions, in their droves, to invoke the powers, or so-called powers, as they say, of nature, and summon some dark forces. Baby, please. Halloween, that is. Oh, that's the northeast. That's the northeast. What's up, guys? This was Mr. Lee Dion. I mentioned him before. 25 years old. He was living it. Bonanza life all day, every day. I go through and through. On the side, you can see look at the double chin. Double chin and some TTs, baby, please. A Bonanza life. And the back was even worse, if you ask me. Now look at him. Obviously, he's progressing very well at the gym. Triceps T's, baby, please. But what is cool about him, Mr. Lee Dion, that this guy knows how to pose. Can you imagine? This is the freaking same guy. Look at the vacuum. So for a guy to do this, that means he is a passionate guy about bodybuilding and fitness. Because you know, and I know, you cannot learn these poses just by being in shape. No. So this is not a novelty. This guy was posing, look at him, posing for a long time, although he was living this Bonanza life, right? His Bonanza life was exorcised, now he can fulfill his... That's not, look, most muscular pose. Again, believe you me, we know, you know, I know that you cannot learn these poses just in one day by you being leaner and in a better shape. No, so this is practice. And you never realize that a guy who is living this Bonanza life all day, every day, is, in all actuality, a passionate guy about bodybuilding. And listen, he's 25, by the way, right? And that's that. So he was living a Bonanza life for a plethora of reasons, you know, life and food. Food is the most detrimental factor to create and to promote the Bonanza life. That's it, guys. Be saluted. Don't forget to send me an email to louismarcotraining@gmail.com if you entertain the idea of performing an exorcism of your Bonanza life. Saluted, B.